So I saw Deadpool. Yeah. Hi everyone, I'm Brandon Prusik and this is So I Saw Show, giving you my second review of 2016, the first superhero movie, one of many to come this year. So if you haven't seen my movie reviews before, what I like to do is I like to talk about the bads of the film, the goods. I'm going to have a spoiler section for this movie, and then I'm going to give you my overall rating. Let's go ahead and jump on into the bad side of the film, which I'll admit, there aren't a lot. I'll be the first to say, even though I love this movie, it isn't perfect. First thing, it does feel a little bit familiar as an origin story. It's not that this still wasn't entertaining. It was done in a new, interesting way that was fresh. That had to be one of the major things that held this movie back, which I hope general audience members don't get turned off by, is that yes, it is another origin movie, but it's different. Second bad thing I had to fault the movie for was that it was shorter. It was about an hour, 40 minutes or so, and I do wish we had another 10 minutes or so of Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool in the Deadpool costume. The only other bad thing I could think about for this movie is, yes, the humor, it is being deemed sophomoric. But if you don't like that kind of humor, then you just don't like Deadpool. So you can't fault the movie for being what the character is. That's it, guys. Those are the only things I didn't like about this movie. Like, again, very tiny and minuscule. Let's jump on over to the good side of things. Where do I even start? Number one, Ryan Reynolds is Deadpool. He was born to play this role. And the reason I say that is not just because of his comedic timing, but because his character is under the mask, and you don't get to see his emotions. You're reliant on his body movements and his voice, and he just brings this character to life. I wanted to see him more in the mask because he was just so damn funny. Tim Miller, the director, first-time director, you wouldn't have guessed it because his style just pops in this movie. You just knew that he loved this character and he loved working with Ryan Reynolds and that they made this the best movie they could. Boy, did it work. The music, to the way that they shot it, to the way that they edited some of the action sequences. I also have to give props to the writers. Paul Wernick and Rhett Reese. They are the same guys who wrote Zombieland. And as you see in the film, they nailed it. They took the humor that we've seen in years of Deadpool comics and lifted it off the screen perfectly. Which brings me to the comedy in this film. It is damn funny. You can look at this movie just as a comedy and crack the hell up. Joss Whedon is known for his little quips in the Avengers. The quips got nothing on Deadpool in this movie. One of the last things that I just loved about this film before I jump on over to the spoiler section is that as a Deadpool comic fan, and I'll admit guys, I'm no Deadpool expert, they couldn't have lifted that character from the page any better. The fourth wall breaking, the violence, the dark sense of humor. Now I'm going to jump on over into some spoilers. If you don't want to be spoiled because you haven't seen Deadpool yet, I'm going to put a time code here where you can jump ahead to where I stop talking about spoilers and you can see what my overall rating of the movie. One of my favorite scenes in the movie was there's a montage where Deadpool is going on a killing spree trying to find Ajax. The best was we see a guy in an ice rink crawling, you know, for his life, and we just see in the background Deadpool is on a he's on a Zamboni. Deadpool knows how ridiculous this is. It's the kind of humor that if you saw the original Austin Powers where the steamroller was taking forever to inch closer to the guy to run him over. And we'll talk about the end. Deadpool finally gets to Ajax and is going to shoot him in the face when Colossus goes on this big speech on how we only have about 4 or 5 moments in life where we choose to be the people that are good or people that are bad. And after this long-winded speech, what does Deadpool do? He shoots Ajax in the face and kills him. Go ahead and close down my spoilers section. So from here on, I'm just going to give you my overall rating, which it seems kind of obvious. I have to give Deadpool my #1 rating, and I knew I would. It is tremendous. I'm going to buy it the day it comes out on DVD. Alright guys, do you agree with me? Was I too much of a die-hard Deadpool fan and oogled over this movie? Did you agree or disagree? Please comment below. Let's discuss it. You could always do us the biggest favor and hit the big red button right below me. Subscribe to the Entertainment Buffet YouTube page so you don't miss any of our new content. As I said in my latest review, we have tons of new content coming for you in 2016 from Entertainment Buffet, including 2 new web series. We have the Entertainment Buffet podcast that's going to be hosted by myself and Kelly Baskin. So follow us, like us, share on all the social medias. Guys, thanks for watching. And now you saw the So I Saw show.